Hello Internet, I'm Dan.
And I'm Chaz, and this is Wine and Serious Business, episode 154.
Yep.
Nailed it. Alright, so we're on to drinking more 2010 Oregon. I know we've been doing a lot of shows on 2010s, but I think I can speak for both of us. We're really liking these wines, so we're trying to just check in on everything we possibly can.
It's even kind of made me wonder, I'm like, what were we doing in those previous couple of years? Like all these other shows, I'm like, we never run out. Every time we go to the store, we're like, oh, there's more awesome Pinot Noir that we haven't tried yet. Like, let's check this out.
Absolutely. So
on the list,
Dan picked out a couple wines tonight. What made you pick these two?
So I was buying food actually. I was at Food Front down in Northwest Portland. Kind of a cool grocery store. Walked by and just saw this stuff in both and for both of them. Well, for this one, I'm like, man, I haven't checked in on their stuff in a while. We used to pretty regularly go out to Evesham Wood to go tasting, and you could taste the Haden fig stuff there too. But just for one reason or another, I haven't made it down there in a while. Wanted to check in on it. The 2010 Dumb Ox, I was really excited to see. I loved the 2009 from this. I had it at a tasting and was really excited about it, but couldn't find a bottle to put on the show. So when I saw this on the shelf, I'm like, let's taste it. Like, I don't know if I like this vintage or not, but I really like the 2009. Really excited to check it out.
Yeah, pumped to try both of these wines because Haden Fig, picked up Evesham Wood winery and near and dear to my heart. So I'm always excited to try his wines because they're pretty much made in the same facility. And then Walter Scott had some good wines from him. So
yeah,
and we pre-poured these because they were a little cold, so we wanted to get some air into them and warm them up with our hands.
That's why we got the 2 glasses.
Yes. So first one, we're drinking the Haden Fig.
Haden Fig. Oh, is there a designate on this? I should check.
Number 52.
Number 52. Yep, Willamette Valley Pinot Noir.
52 is a limited production wine, emphasizing our commitment to natural winemaking, organically grown.
Cool.
That's it.
All right. $18. Really fresh on the nose, like really great strawberries, I think. A little bit of earth.
Like a floral component to it too, which I don't get very often, but it's almost like roses, like right before they bud and open, I mean, like a little bit of greenness to them.
Sure.
Well, not so much the smell the petals. I can smell the greenness, but I can't so much get the pollen out of it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
nice nose. I like it.
yeah, it smells good.
I think the floral thing's coming in more on the palate, even
Tastes like whole stem or whole cluster a little bit too.
maybe a little bit.
A little stemminess out of it, maybe. A little touch of savoriness to the fresh red fruit that we were talking about earlier. Just like a touch of savoriness on the sides of the cheeks that I'm liking quite a bit.
Kind of catches me by surprise based on the nose. I expect it to be like really delicate, but it's definitely got a little more full structure. It's got like a just a fuller frame with the fruits on. The strawberries are still there, a little bit of raspberries, but like I'm trying to think of a good adjective to it, but like tannins that set on the sides of the tongue, and kind of firmly, like they don't bite or really grip up at all, but it's just like a big structure that the wine's sitting on.
Wine feels like, to me, it feels sort of like chalky almost. Just a little bit of chalkiness to the tannins. Not so much dusty, almost like they're like a little more granular, and really bright acids. Right?
Yeah.
So,
but not too strong.
a touch strong for my palate.
Oh, okay.
A little bit overbalanced.
That's interesting. All right.
Yep. But still very delicious. Right in line with other 2010s, like really pretty, really easy to drink. Sort of a lot of freshness to it. 87 plus for me. Nice wine. And $18 totally. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, 87 for me too. I like the strawberry flavors. The tannins are still a little full. Like I was talking about them on the sides of the palate, they're a little on the big side in contrast to the fruit for me. But I know some people like that, like a little more weight to it, and we're definitely in disagreement about the acid. Like I actually feel this is a little lighter on the acidity, even like it's present.
Wow.
But my experience of it isn't, isn't all that strong. So
I'm picking it up a lot on my tongue. I don't know. Maybe it's just me today. So.
Or it might be with how it blends with the tannins as well. Like who knows? Either way, yeah, solid wine at the price point. Definitely delivers. And a nice expression of kind of like more south in the Willamette Valley fruit.
All right.
Wine number 2.
Walter Scott, quite a big price jump on this one.
Yeah, this one is 38, so $20 more, but this is one of their single vineyard offerings, right? The Dumb Ox is the name of the vineyard.
How did it get that name?
I have no idea.
If you guys are watching, yeah, I'd love to hear that.
They may, yeah.
So, a little bit darker, definitely in the glass than the Haden Fig. A lot more new oak.
Yeah, definitely a lot more.
But coming from the Haden Fig, right? It's like hard to. It's quite a change.
Yeah, you're getting some of the like nutmeg, even a little bit of caramel on the nose. I think.
There you go.
Along with
fresh caramel. I was like going with something like that. I was trying to.
Along with some nice dark raspberries. Yeah.
I knew it wasn't milk chocolate, but it was almost there, right? It's like,
yeah.
That smells really inviting and nice. The more like kind of getting past the oak and getting into the flavors beneath it, smells really good.
Yeah, good dark fruit with some depth to it. I like that.
And the feel is immediately just like more. Right?
Yeah. Soft sense of richness.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that the oak's there, but it's not overwhelming, and it definitely, I think, plays well in kind of rounding things out on the palate.
And I find the acidity on this to be more balanced than the last one. Like the acidity to me is dialed down a little less. How do you feel? Do you agree? Seems our palate's in a little bit of a different place today.
Thinking about it. I'd agree that it's a little less.
Or maybe the flavors, there's more intensity of like the richer flavors here. So maybe that's what's coming up and balancing out the acidity.
And the tannins are integrated a little more too.
This is good. It's definitely in the like fuller style, right? Like this is a little more new oak. There's like warmer, richer flavors here. A little more savoriness to it. But the fruit flavors here are really genuine, really nice, delicious.
Yeah, a little raspberries, a little strawberries. The fruit's definitely a little on the brighter side. On the brighter side of things. I was expecting, kind of with that oak, I expect like really darker, heavier fruits a lot of times, and that's not what's going on here. It's a little bit of contrast, which is interesting.
When you swallow it, there's a little bit of evolution too. Like the flavor changes pretty drastically right off the bat, almost like a red apple thing, and like.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Right when you swallow it.
Right when you swallow it.
I really like that.
Yeah, it's really cool. Hangs on for a long time in the finish with sort of like just hints of red fruit, a little bit of that apple flavor. Nice. It's cool wine.
Man, I'm not. Chaz always complains about running out of words. Like today, I'm the one. Like I'm having a hard time just putting my thoughts into words, coming together with things.
It happens. This is a wine that's more, I'd say, in my style, like in my wheelhouse, right? It's definitely a little more towards the fuller, richer style than some people may like, but it's just like warm and easy to drink, super delicious, and beautiful. I like it a lot. And the evolution, the way that it changes once you taste, once you have it in your mouth and through the finish, cool stuff. Really like it. I'm gonna go 90 points on it.
I'm gonna go 89. And I have found that I like it better with like really small sips that kind of allows that cool fruit evolution to go really well. And yeah, the oak is just a little bit above where I'd like it, I think. And it also kind of makes sense to me why I like the 2009 more, because with a little like riper, darker fruit, I think that oak would mesh with it a little better for my palate. But the fruit has some good complexity to it, and it's pretty interesting. There's some cool things going on, and I also want to make a remark that these are definitely both recently opened and a little cool. So
totally, they're almost up to room temperature at this point.
Like take our thoughts like with that in mind. I expect both of them will open up a little bit. If we were to come back to them in an hour.
Absolutely. And the Walter Scott, based on this, I would really love to see how this changes with a few years in bottle. Like maybe those flavors develop a little bit of darkness to them. Maybe the oak integrates a little more. I don't know. That'd be cool. I'd like to.
You know what? I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna go to 90 points. I really, after the swallow, that like evolution of like juicy fruit, kind of on the mid palate there, is really interesting, and it makes kind of like grabs your attention at every sip, and that's like that something special you don't get with every wine.
Well, that's delicious.
That definitely gets my attention. So okay, so a little bump up. Enjoyable. 2 nice wines. Nice quick show.
Yeah, exciting to see more delicious 2010s. So
question of the day: I was at a white Burgundy tasting last night. Lots of good stuff. Shout out to the Willamette Wine Storage Thursday crew.
Sorry I couldn't be there
for putting together a nice tasting. What really struck me this time around was the length that a lot of these wines had, and that's not something that I had like consistently associated with Chardonnay or white Burgundy before. Maybe it was just good examples, but the way the grape runs out on the finish was something that struck me differently last night than it had in the future. So that's me learning things. And the question I have for you guys regarding Chardonnay, white Burgundy in particular, if you're familiar with it, like, what's your favorite type? And I'd like to keep it more general than your specific bottle. Like, if you can give me a specific commune or a specific producer, it's like a wider range that gives everybody who reads the comment a little something to think about. You know, if you've got a producer or a commune, there's a good chance that at whatever price range you're looking, you find a way to check in on that. So it's a little more interesting for us, a little more interesting for people watching.
What do you have any favorites right now?
So
answering your own question.
Yeah, so Chablis is probably it for me. And there's some really nice vineyards represented last night, but my favorite wine of the night was a Chablis.
Wow.
From William Fev. It was solid stuff. How about you?
I really like Chablis as well, but Chassagne Montrachet is probably the one that has most consistently hit my radar as just absolutely beautiful for white Burgundy. It's good stuff.
Sweet. So there's our thoughts. We'd love to hear yours. Thanks for watching.
See you guys next time.